And some of these I've made myself. I'll take a hole, cut a hole through the insulation, and I'll put a piece of PVC pipe going up, and then I can put fondant or some kind of food up on top.
Okay. Yep.
And then I'll put another deep box that's got 2 or 3 sections of.
Is your garden about done?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
The tomatoes I have left, the bugs are in it. The bugs are in the tomatoes.
Oh, did you have to water your garden this year?
I hardly ever water.
But you could have probably.
Oh yeah, it would have helped.
Yeah, yeah.
But then I was always taught you don't water if you don't have to, and the roots will go down deeper.
Yeah, yeah.
So I don't water unless it's to save the plants.
Yeah, yeah. Well, it's been really hot and dry here.
I know.
Boy.
It's awful.
You know, when we were finished, well, when we started inspecting that hive out there today, filming, I got the fire extinguisher again.
Yep.
Yeah, it's a lot easier. Beekeepers need to have a fire extinguisher.
I agree.
Wow.
That's a good thing.
That smoker can just give a little spark, and man, I think where you lived, it's a order not to burn, right?
Yep. No burn.
Yeah, probably the same here.
Yeah. Now, last year when I was checking the bees, I actually tipped over my smoker.
Accidentally?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And I use wood pellets sometimes too, and wood pellets came out and went down on the ground. So I stuck around for an hour just to make sure that nothing was smoldering.
Yeah.
I actually went and got water and dumped where I spilled it.
Good. Yeah.
But I wouldn't leave, and because they're not on my property. I don't want to burn somebody else's house down.
Yeah. Have you ever thought about moving your bees to your property?
No, my wife would leave me.
I take it that's a bad thing.
She doesn't like bees.
Yeah. And you have to really kind of negotiate with your neighbors too.
I do have some neighbors that are halfway close, and I don't want anything to happen.
Yeah.
I worry about them.
Yeah. And if people have swimming pools nearby.
Yep, they do.
Yeah, because bees, if they see bee from anywhere, they could see a yellow jacket, and if they know you have bees, it's your bees.
Yep, I agree.
So it's like, don't even go down that road, right?
Yep.
I love living out here because I think I'm a quarter mile or a half a mile from a house, you know. So I've been out here 20 plus years, and none of my neighbors have complained, you know, about bees or anything. So that's good.
We talked about moving in the country when my kids were smaller. My wife didn't want to.
Yeah.
So
country life has, you know, pros and cons, right? I'm responsible for my own septic, my own well. You know, you just got to keep it's like being in a ship in the ocean. You got to keep your ship going all by yourself.
See, I'd like that.
I do like that, yeah. I mean, it's a little further to go get groceries and all that, but go to the doctor or something. But it is nice to have your privacy. Wow,
I agree.
Really good, yeah. Well, Patrick, we're here to answer some questions.
Good.
I'm going to make you answer some of these today.
Are you?
You've gotten quite smart in beekeeping, actually.
I do what I can do. I don't know if I'd say smart.
Yeah.
I'm a little more experienced.
Yeah, a little more
I try to listen.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, maybe a little bit of me have rubbed off on you.
There you go.
All right, let's start with this one. This was from Larry. Larry says, "Hi, David. Saw a reference today to usurpation.
Yep.
A usurpation swarm. Had not heard that phrase before. Can you explain what it is? Please, thank you so much." And we did a little research.
Yeah, we had to.
We had to, because we never heard of it.
Right.
Usurpation. So why don't you tell folks what that's all about?
Okay. Usurp is where somebody comes in and takes over. And a usurpation swarm, according to what we read, is where the bees will come in and take over a colony. They'll kill the queen. And it's usually with Africanized bees.
It is, yeah.
So,
yeah, they just take over.
But I've never heard of that with bees before.
It makes sense, though, doesn't it?
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure.
So a whole swarm will just move into another hive and take over.
Yeah, that just amazes me.
Yeah. I wonder how many bees actually die in the process. I mean, it's kind of like robbing. They have to fight, right?
Sure, I would think so.
But some of them finally give in. And
if they killed the queen, would would the other bees then just kind of, okay, we'll just stay here?
Yeah, I guess so.
I don't know.
Yeah, be interesting to watch it happen and evaluate it, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Something just dripped on my head. Hope it's not a bird or a squirrel.
Oh, yeah, it's a great big bird.
Hope it's not a squirrel. Whatever it is. Yeah. How do you say it again?
Usurpation.
Usurpation.
Yep.
Usurpation swarm. Yeah. That would be a good word to have on the live stream.
There you go. There you go. Word of the week.
Word of the week. All right. All right. I'll let you take over reading them from Jonathan down here.
Okay. David, how many different sets of eyeglass frames do you own?
Well, there's a joke about that because my friend, Dr. John Zavishlak, makes fun of me because I have reading glasses scattered everywhere. Like I'll go to the cheapest Dollar General, I'll buy the cheapest pair of reading glasses I can find, and I just lay them everywhere because I don't really care what I look like, obviously, wearing glasses. These are just reading glasses. And so at my age, I just buy different reading glasses. So I have a lot of them, yeah. And depending on what mood I am, or what's handy, I'll just pick a pair up and grab it. Yeah.
Sure. I had somebody tell me one time I look like an old person when my glasses are down on my nose like this.
Yeah, well.
I said, I am an old person.
I know. Once I hit 40, Patrick, 40 years old, I woke up one morning at 40 years old and I couldn't see up close anymore. I mean, it was just like that. I went to the eye doctor. He's like, yeah, you're getting old. You know, you have what everybody has. Well, people that are farsighted. And just buy a pair of reader glasses, you know, at Walmart or something. Your eyes, you know, your eyesight's good. You just need reader glasses. And as I was walking out, he said, oh, and it only gets worse as you get older. Thank you.
Was he right?
He was right. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Hey, this is from Ginger. Question for David regarding feeding. What are your thoughts about probiotics for bees like Super DFM? Good for bees and a great idea, or a waste of money?
Yeah. You know, I've researched this, and Patrick and I have both talked about it. And what I've found in the research that's been done on DFM and probiotics with bees and all, and when I speak at conferences, the people that sell it are always there promoting it. I've actually eaten some myself. It really tastes good, I think. But the research is kind of up and down like this. It's roller coaster. I'll read one that says it doesn't do anything, one that said it does help, and it's kind of all over the board with it. And number one, I would love for my bees to get everything that they need from plants. I mean, I think with humans, you know, none of us want to take vitamins. It'd be better to get all your nutrients from food, natural food. It makes sense to me. That's what I want my bees to do, but probably there are times that they can or they aren't able to find it. And so I have never used them, but some people swear that they really help. But again, how do you judge? How do you know for sure that's what it was? But so I can't make a definitive call on that one. Do you have any thoughts on it either?
I use it.
Not
all the time.
You can tell us how it works.
I used it once last year. I used it just last week. I put some on every hive. I figure it can't hurt.
Yeah, right.
And if it helps them get into winter, then...
And so what kind did you use? Do you remember what the name?
It's either DFM or Super DFM. I can't remember.
Did it come in a powder?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And how did you administer it?
I just take the hive tool, I stick it in, I kind of sprinkle it on the frames.
Okay. That's
so
cool.
I don't know if it's going to do good or not.
All right. That's all we can tell you, Ginger. So when in doubt, try it and see what happens. And run your own experiment, you know. Yeah.
This is from Susan. I have a screened bottom board with a slide-in plastic, corrugated plastic.
Yeah.
Should I slide that in for fall? And if so, when?
Yeah. You know, I'm going to do that this year. I feel like I'm bending the needle more toward screening, or not screening, but blocking off my screen bottom boards in the winter time. I have in the past ran mostly screen bottom boards, but I just, you know, the winter sounds like it's going to be worse. Who knows? But I hear people talking about it. I watch a lot of Max Velocity on YouTube and Ryan Hall, y'all. They're weather guys. And some of the models that they're showing, it could potentially be worse for us in the Midwest, cold and snowy. I just think it might help a little bit, so I'm probably gonna put those in there.
Now, when you put those in, are you going to leave a little space around the outside edge, or are you going to block it all off completely?
Historically, I've left a little space for ventilation, but what I'm going to do, because I'm using oxalic acid, it's going to be better for me to make it where it slides in to provide a block when I want to treat. So I might not slide it all the way in, you know, where there might be a little bit of inch in the front for a tad bit of ventilation. Yeah.
Okay. This is from Lisa. Hi, David. Thanks for all your help. I'm feeding my bees in North Florida. Temps are 65 to 85, and I'm finding small piles of dead bees under my porch light, some still clinging to the wall. What's happening?
Oh, wow. Yeah, well, that's fun. The ones that are dying under the porch light are dying because they're attracted to it at night, and they're just banging their heads against that light all night long, and they just die doing that. So you need to turn the light off at night if you can, or I think you could switch to a different color that they're not attracted to, maybe red. I don't know what color, maybe other colors, but something like that. The other ones that are clinging to the wall are probably ones that are resting. That's how bees sleep. So they're probably just, you know, tired of banging their head against the wall, and they're just up there taking a nap. Get that question a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is from Jerry.
Hi, Jerry.
David, I use Apiary feeders, but I constantly get mold and mildew in them. Is there something I can add to the syrup to stop this?
Oh, so mold and mildew. Must be some added moisture, maybe yeast or something up there. I would say, well, let me say this. I have found that if you use Honeybee Healthy in your sugar water, it greatly reduces the growth of mildew, is what I've found. You could also, there's some studies where beekeepers will add bleach, Clorox, to sugar water, and it's only a minute amount, and I think you let it set for 24 hours or something. But, you know, in our drinking water, not mine, I live out in the country, but in municipalities, drinking water, it has Clorox in it, bleach, and kind of keeps that from happening. So you might have to think about that. Otherwise, it might be impossible to manipulate the hive setup with the way the Apiary all locks together, and their feeder might not be adjustable. So, yeah, I would just think about maybe adding a little bit of Honeybee Healthy to it. See if that'd help.
This is from Julius. David, I have a 5-frame nuke, 3 deeps high.
Hey, wait a minute. That's your question. David, or Patrick.
There you go.
Patrick, I have a 5-frame nuke, 3 deeps high. Should I overwinter it as is or transfer the bees to a 10-frame box? And the reason I'm asking Patrick is because you did that last winter.
Yeah, I did.
So you you know more than me. So you answer that question.
I wouldn't say that. But I did. I had a few hives. One of them was 3 boxes deep. And
nuke boxes?
Yep. Yeah, nuke boxes. Sorry. And I think I did 4 of them, 4 5-frame nukes. Some were 2 deep and some were 3 deep.
So you had 4 boxes?
No, I had 4 different colonies.
Oh.
And two boxes deep and then 3 boxes deep.
Oh, I see.
And 2 of them didn't make it and 2 of them did.
I see.
So
wow. Tell me how you overwintered bees in a nuke box. What configuration? We want to know. Everybody out there wants to know everything. They want to know what time you woke up in the morning to go look at it.
I get up early.
Did you wrap them? Did you feed them?
Okay.
I mean, what happened?
Okay. I put insulation on the top. I make a feeder board, or I take another deep and I'll put insulation in there.
Okay.
And some of these I've made myself. I'll take cut a hole through the insulation, and I'll put a piece of PVC pipe going up, and then I can put fondant or some kind of food up on top.
Okay. Yep.
And then I'll put another deep box that's got 2 or 3 sections of 2-inch insulation in there.
Yeah.
I use a lot of insulation on the top.
So to clarify for everyone, these are nuke boxes, like 9 inches wide approximately.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah. They're
5-frame nuke.
Okay. So you have them. They look like a
3
tower, don't they?
Yeah. Oh yeah, they're huge. And then when you put the insulation on the top,
yeah,
they're huge.
So now, obviously, if I had that here on my property, the wind would.
I strap everything.
You'd
I strap
have to.
I do. All my hives I strap.
What do you strap them to?
Down around the frame, I have like 4x4 legs and then a 2x8 running sideways.
You strap them down.
And I go around.
Okay.
And I strap them.
Interesting.
And then when it gets really cold, like below 0, I actually take a tarp and I wrap around the sides and the top.
Yeah.
Kind of like for a wind block.
Okay. But you take that off when it kind of warms up
if it gets up above 0, I'll take it off again.
Okay.
And it's such a pain to put that on if it's windy out.
Ooh, yeah.
And 0.
Oh, I bet it is.
It's awful.
Wow. So what do you say, about half made it and half didn't?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. I had 4 of them and I think 2 of them didn't.
Okay. Any reason why? Anything different about the
I don't know. One of them was loaded with bees. I mean, it was loaded.
Okay.
But I don't know if they were summer bees.
Yeah.
And then something happened to the queen.
Yeah.
I don't know if they got condensation and the water, if there were so many bees in it and it was that cold.
Yeah.
Did condensation kill them? I don't know. Because I don't do the ventilation either.
The mite count was pretty good?
They were all good last year.
Okay.
If they were above 1%, I treated them.
Okay, very good.
And a lot of them were below 1.
Are you going to do that again this year, any of them?
The nukes?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, okay.
I'm trying to decide.
Yeah.
I have 3 colonies right now that are small in population.
Yeah.
I've been feeding them for like 3 weeks.
Oh, wow, really?
And there's a lot of cap brood in one of them.
Mm.
So I'm thinking of taking the other 2 and combining them.
I gotcha, yeah. Have you ever tried taking like a hive into your house, like maybe your bedroom?
No, I would. If I wasn't married, I'd have that.
It's great how being married keeps some of us from doing insane things, right? Yep. Oh my gosh. You'd have a little hole in the wall in your bedroom.
I think I would.
Yeah, you could get an observation hive, you know.
I know. Not with my wife there. She told me once if I ever wanted her to leave, just bring a snake home.
Oh, I think I would be with her on that.
That's good to know.
Oh, me too. Oh, yeah, that's funny. All right, well, there you go, Julius. Now you know. Andrea says, can you treat for Varroa with Apigard this late in the year with feeders? I'm from Pennsylvania. Apigard is always confused with Apivar. Apivar is Amitrex. Apivar is Thymol. And when we looked at the label, you know, you always want to look at the label. The label says, you know, can you use it while you're feeding them? The label says yes and no. I thought that's funny. And the reason they say the no part means that if the bees concentrate on your feed that you're giving them, they may not take to the Apigard. And you're going to have to leave it in there, according to the label, for 4 to 6 weeks.
Yep.
And that's going to push you probably way into November now.
Mm-hmm. And
so you got to, it might, in Pennsylvania, it might be too cold to go in there and remove stuff. And sometimes you have to have a little spacer and all. So you're kind of running out of time on the Apigard. For me, Patrick, I think I would either do vaporization or Formic Pro this time of the year.
I'd probably do Formic
because those are quicker.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I don't have to I don't have to worry about going in there on a cold day, open the hive up and killing brood. So yeah, which one would you say, Formic?
I'd do Formic, as long as it's cool enough.
Yeah.
It's going to be too hot for Formic here in Illinois for like the next 4 days.
I saw that. Yeah.
So
it's amazing. Yeah. Wow. All right, here's from Steve. Should we be feeding pollen patties now? Oh, and Dustin's, another question from Dustin. David, still feeding pollen patty in Wisconsin. So pollen patties, I used to use a lot of pollen patties. And the reason I stopped is because I had such a small hive beetle infestation, and they love to go up there and lay eggs in those pollen patties. That's why I started putting a little bit of pollen in my sugar water when I feed them in the fall. All the sugar water that they're eating is contained in the jars, and then they take it right into their body so the beetles don't have a chance to do their stuff on it. And so could you do it if you don't, you know, if you wanted to, you could. I would just watch small hive beetle. Yeah, you probably would not think about with your beetle count.
I used pollen patties when I first got bees the first time because that's what the guy that sold me the bees said to do. And they were in there for like 2 weeks maybe, and after that I was told to take them out.
Yeah.
So I took them out and I haven't used them since.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Some people really love them. Yeah. Yep. All right, I'll let you take over starting with that one on the top. Put those reader glasses on.
I have to. I can't even see the paper without them. This is from Banger Legs. I've tried to switch to 2-gallon bucket feeders. Unfortunately, the plug leaks on all of them. I used an 1 7/8 hole saw to cut the hole. Any tips? Thank you for all you do.
Yeah, I remember, you know, like everybody else, I remember thinking maybe I should try the bucket feeders, you know, way back. And I'd seen a few YouTube videos, people explaining how you could cut the hole, put that little, I think they sell that what is that little thing?
Like a paint plug or something, they call it.
Something like that, isn't it? But I was worried about that much sugar water on top of my hive. And if I could get it not, I was worried that it would leak too. I mean, anytime it's like going to your roof and drilling a hole, right? Installing something on your roof is always scary for me because, you know, the rain. So I'm kind of in the category of worrying about that thing leaking. What do you think? Maybe his hole was too big or something.
Either the plug's not fitting in there good enough.
Yeah.
the gasket around the bucket's not good enough, or he's not filling them up high enough.
To make
If you don't fill a bucket up all the way, well, I heard it'll leak.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't create enough vacuum to stop it from running out.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
yeah. Check all those things. Make sure you got all that in order. Yeah. We have a lot of these little no-see-em bugs.
Yep.
You can't really see them. That's why they call it no-see-em. Yep. But man, they'll bite you.
Yeah. This is from Nancy. What type of hive wrap do you like or use?
I don't like to use any of them because it's labor intense and it doesn't seem to make a huge difference for me. But this year I'm really toying with the idea. In the past, you've seen a lot of my videos, I've used bat insulation, the kind you put in walls, paper back bat insulation. That you would think that would get wet, but here in Illinois, it's kind of a dry winter mostly. And that's worked really well for me. You can get more R value. You can buy that in a different R value. But, you know, boy, there's so many options out there. I mean, you can buy name brand stuff. You know, there's all different kind of companies that make things like that for bees. Or you can go to the hardware store or Lowe's and Menards and buy foam board. It's just, the sky's the limit on what you can do. I think windbreak really is probably the best of all, the windbreak. But like you said, you definitely have to insulate the top. The sides aren't as critical for me, but the top is. All right.
This is from Jay. He's located in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. What is the best method of feeding for an area that has massive hive beetle problems?
Hey, Jay, I'll be speaking in Pennsylvania next month at the state meeting in November. So go online and Google that, and maybe you can meet me there and we'll have fun talking about. I'll answer your question there. No, I'll answer it now. That's probably your question. You've had more beetles than I have this year.
Oh, I know I have frame feeders in some of my hives, and I actually get small hive beetle larvae inside the frame feeders.
Oh shoot.
Yeah, wow. So I don't like doing that.
You got larvae in there, huh? Darn. Yeah, that's bad. So he wants to know how to feed them?
What's the best method of feeding?
With small hive beetle in there?
Yep.
Yeah. Well, obviously we've already mentioned pollen patties wouldn't be the best thing because, you know, beetles love that pollen patty mixture. It's got a lot of sugar, proteins in it. So I think going to a more liquid feed from the top is going to be a better way to do it. But yeah, I don't know what else to say. That's tough. I'd stay away from pollen patties for sure.
This is from Shannon. If I have an undrawn frame or two in my bottom 10 frame deep, is that okay going into winter?
Read that again. I almost fell over. I went like this and it felt like I was falling. I can't do two. I can't fall and listen at the same time.
If I have an undrawn frame or two in my bottom 10 frame deep, is that okay going into winter?
Yeah, what you can do is pick those up and move them over to the walls. Manipulate their frames, and that way, because bees are going to be more in the center. So if they're kind of like, maybe you've done some checkerboarding or bees did something weird, just move those, be the two against the wall. That's what I would take care of that.
This one is from With Lots of Love.
Oh, that's nice.
How does OA turn into formic acid? Is this something I need to worry about when treating with a vaporizer?
That's a good question. I've read about that too, Patrick. It's not good anyway when you overheat it like that. But if you buy a high quality vaporizer, it won't do that. They're preset. You know, the one I bought this year is preset. It's not going to happen. But on the other hand, Patrick and I talked about this a little bit. In the early days, before everybody was using OA, people were making their own pipes. They would take pipes, heat it with a torch. You had more risk then to overheating it and making a toxic chemical out of it. But I would say just steer clear of, I mean, I know times are hard, finances are tight, but I would steer clear of trying to make your own vaporizer.
Yeah.
Unless you're really good at that kind of stuff, I would say buy one that's not going to overheat it for you.
This is from Kim. What do you think about putting powdered sugar on bees to get them to groom?
Oh, to groom each other. They groom each other naturally, and it does accelerate them grooming each other when you put powdered sugar dusting on them, they'll clean each other off. And the idea, maybe they'll pick a mite off and throw a mite off there too. I don't think it's our best mite treatment anymore. I used to only use it because I didn't want to use, chemicals. It does help a little bit, but it's not going to really have the reduction that you're looking for if you get a heavy infestation. Yeah, I would definitely, I know there are a lot of people today that are against treating bees against mites. And if you have to use something that's chemical free, I would use that. That'd be one way to do it. Yeah.
Yeah, when I started, I was going to be chemical free. I wasn't going to do anything.
I think a lot of us were that way.
I was, but that didn't work.
Because, in your gardens, right, you can usually go chemical free in gardens.
But I have a lot of bugs too.
I know. We have 2 apple trees out back and we're chemical free on them. Oh my gosh, they're just eaten up with bugs.
Yep.
I mean, it's hard to find one apple that looks good.
Sure.
But no chemicals,
Right.
And no apples.
This is from Sandra. OMG, Jacksonville, Florida, goldenrod flowing.
Really?
But I have a strong hive that's drinking 2 quarts of 1-to-1 sugar water every other day or so. Is that normal?
Oh, it's normal for your bees because they're doing it, right? It's not uncommon. I hear beekeepers, Patrick, saying a lot about my bees are taking in a half gallon a day, or they're blown away. Because what they don't realize is that during the normal season when bees have available resources, they don't know that bees are bringing in all that nectar because they're not giving it to them. You know what I mean? They don't realize how much bees eat. And bees eat about 1 to 3 pounds of nectar or honey per week. I think it's per week. 1 to 3 pounds a week in a normal season. And so you just have to think that bees, this time of the year, they have a lot more brood in there. They're at their biggest population right now. And they're storing up for winter. So, of course, they're really going to tank it up. Yeah, not uncommon.
This is from Sup Queen. If I merge 2 hives together that are right next to one another, should I remove the empty hive, and will the bees go back to the old hive?
Oh, I wonder how close they are. It doesn't say.
Just says right next to one another.
I found in that scenario, I would just combine them and I would remove the empty hive, get it out of there. And boy, that night, they're all going to be in the same box. We got done?
Yeah, we're done.
Oh, wow. Are you sure? Or you just don't want to answer anymore?
No, I'm tired.
Wow, that's good. I thought we'd have a little coffee time and talk about life principles. Kind of surprising, Patrick. Today, it's easy to live in a society where we only want things for ourselves. It's only about me. And either you have a winner or a loser, and a lot of times people are selfish, and it can be, we've all been selfish. I've been selfish. It's easy to be very, sometimes I think people are worried that they may not have enough, or they may not have a future unless they take from others or, hoard stuff up for themselves. But I think what's been interesting for me, Patrick, is everything that I have ever achieved that I would call success, whatever that is, it's because I was kind and I was empathetic toward others and I respected other people. I really never gained anything from being unkind. I can't look around and say, I got this from being unkind, or I got that car right there for being disrespectful. You know what I mean?
Right.
But if you look at it like, oh man, if you work together, we use honeybees as a model, like they all work together for the same common cause. I think that is so powerful. And I think it feels better. It's more rewarding if you can help each other out and be kind, respectful, empathetic. And I know that's challenging because, like I said, we have some fears that somebody else may get ahead of us at work and they may get a job that I was hoping to get, but I know a lot of people, and I haven't always been perfect in this area. I look back at times I wasn't kind or empathetic or respectful, and I regret that. there's things relationships that I probably ruined. I know I have because I, just wasn't, I was too young and too immature to realize these things now that I'm older. But, you've had a lot of experiences at work, with family. How does all that sound to you? And what kind of experiences have you had with this?
Oh, I had people I worked with that you couldn't trust them. They would make you look bad. So so they didn't look as bad.
Yeah.
Right. There was a lot of that.
Yeah.
And I never cared if people liked me, but I did want to get treated with respect.
Yeah, that's right.
I think that's important.
I think, particularly men want to be respected. We really do. We want to be respected. It's easy to respect people, right?
Sure.
I have grandchildren, and especially my grandsons, I really try to teach them to respect how to respect others.
Yep.
Because when I was raised, my dad, he was really a good teacher and a leader. And one of the early things he taught me was how to respect other people, he particularly taught me how to respect other men, how you act around other men, right? And like, you always want to respect that individual. Don't interrupt them if they're talking, because that's disrespectful, right?
Yep.
Don't pick up something that's another guy is using unless you ask first. Hey, do you mind if I use this? Are you using that now? You want to respect people. I love respecting other people.
See, my parents wanted me to respect the older people.
Me too.
That's the way they did. I could tell by the way they acted that they respected the older people.
I know.
And that's the way I was brought up.
Yeah.
So I still get up if there's an older person there and they're getting fewer. I still get up to give them my seat if they want it.
Yep.
I do that with women.
Yep.
Right or wrong.
Yep.
That's the way I was raised.
You open door for people.
Oh,
sometimes.
Yeah.
I know.
Even men, if I'm coming in, I'll hold the door for them.
It makes sense, doesn't it? Yeah, it seems selfish just to let a door slam in somebody's face. I can't do that either. Even out here in the country, I always wave. If you two cars pass, I always wave.
Yep.
I would say more than half don't wave back.
Right.
And I was raised in the South in Tennessee, and they still, everybody's down there, hey, everybody waves, but it kind of depends on, now when I'm biking, it's hard to wave at all the cars.
Yeah.
I can't let go of my bike, but I try to give everybody a wave. But yeah, that's a good point. Respecting the older people.
Right. I agree.
Yeah. I think it's funny because when you're younger, you'll never get old, right? You're young. And so old people are weird.
Yep.
They smell. You have these weird ideas. None of these things are true. But as a young person, you think, oh, gross, an older person, right? But it's funny because if you're fortunate enough, you'll be old.
Yeah, you hope so.
Yeah, you hope so.
Yeah.
And you'll be that old person that you used to think you never wanted to be around.
Yep.
Now you look in the mirror and there you are. What are you going to do? So I don't know. That's what I like about you. You seem to be a kind, respectful person that has a lot of empathy for others. Yeah.
Most of the time.
Yeah.
If somebody does me wrong, then it's look out.
Yeah. I know. I often say, somebody taught me this years ago, be kind to everyone as long as they will let you.
Yeah.
Because there is a point when people won't let you be kind anymore. Right. They're just giving you too much pushback, and then you got to be nice and kind of walk away.
I agree.
Yeah. Well, so I think we ought to encourage all the beekeepers out there. In the beekeeping world is a good community. I like that about our live stream. People there seem, for the most part, very kind, respectful, empathetic. I see some people on the live stream sometimes talking about each other's health concerns.
Yep. I was going to say there's like a little group in there. They know everybody. Yeah. There's some that say hi to me when I come in.
Yeah.
But you can see them all talking back and forth. Where you at?
I know.
One last night said she didn't want to leave because she was listening to the live stream, and if she drove away, she wasn't going to get reception.
Oh.
I thought that was funny.
Oh. That's neat.
Yeah, they talk back and forth between each other.
Yeah, so, it's harder to have a social life now as you get older, or maybe just your situation in life. So a lot of people are finding a social life on social media. And live stream, I like that about a live stream chat. People can go on there and just say, hello. There's on our live stream, there's some, I always recognize they're always there chatting with each other. And I like that. That's
Yeah.
good to see that, you know. All right, Patrick, good to see you.
David,
Thanks for filming
it's
with us today.
always fun.
All right. Good to see you guys. If you'd like to watch another video of me looking into a hive and figuring out if it's going to make it through winter or not, take a look at this video right over here, or right in the middle. I'll put it somewhere.